We're going to look at some different activities or exercises that we can do at home to help encourage our children to not sit in the W sit position and to give them some alternative positions to sit in instead. Remember, try and make this activity as fun as possible. It's not about reprimanding your child or telling them off for sitting in a W position. Rather, prompt them and encourage them to try new positions. A quick tip when dealing with children, rather than saying, don't sit like that, use positive reinforcement, use positive vocabulary. Rather say to them, sit with your legs crossed or extend your legs out in front of you. In that way, you're giving them the action or the behavior that you want as opposed to the behavior you don't want. The first thing we're going to do is going to be bum crawls. This is a great way to improve your hip strength as well as core stability, and is a fun way to encourage children to sit in this long sit type position. So all we're going to do is we're going to try and inch ourselves forward, pulling ourselves along with one leg at a time. Okay, we're not allowed to touch the floor. Are you ready, George? Let's go. Good go. Fantastic. The next one's a little bit challenging, and I encourage the parents to try this with their children too. We're going to shift our weight from one side to the other without using our hands. We're going to try and shift our weight to one hip, and without using the hands, pull yourself back up to the center and drop yourself down to the other side. And keep repeating that. You can turn it into a fun game if you want. Children who favor the W sit position are going to have shortened hamstring muscles, so it's very important that we incorporate hamstring stretches into their daily activities as well. So for hamstring stretches, again, George, you can sit on your bum, legs straight out in front of you, pointing the toes. We're going to encourage the long sit position and then bringing the hands up into the sky. We're going to bend down, touch the toes, giving the hamstrings a really good stretch. This can be done both from a seated position or standing up, bending down to touch the toes. If you've got an exercise ball at home, this is a fantastic tool as well to use. Ask your child to sit on the ball with their feet firmly on the ground and get them to march up and down with their knees. And our final one for today is the common squat. Squat position is fantastic because, again, this is going to work the quadricep muscles as well as the hips and is going to allow for flexibility in the lower back as well. So teaching your child to keep feet firmly on the floor, encourage them to push their hips and the bum back and lower their body into a squat position. It's also great to encourage your children to lie on their tummy when doing activities such as writing or drawing or any arts and crafts. In this way, their hips are perfectly aligned, they are stretching their back and using their core muscles to support their body rather than sitting in the W sit position, which can cause problems for the hips and the knees and the ankles later on. So encourage your children to rather lie on their tummies with their hands out in front of them.